Hello, everybody, and what a lovely day it is with our Huawei. I never know if it's Huobi or Huawei, but I think it's just because of Huawei that I always get that confused. But good day for vEmpire. Very, very pleased to have two tier one exchanges listing so close to each other. And you know what comes after Huobi and Qcoin? When Binance. So today we've got one of my advisory companies, actually, Mika from Arena Masters, who's going to be chatting to us about their Fight to Earn upcoming mobile app, which is currently out already on iOS and Android, as much as it was the previous sort of gameplay. So we'll find out a little bit more about what they've released then. But yeah, please welcome Mika.
Hi guys, hi. It's a pleasure to be here with you. So I will be talking about the Arena Master, about some updates, plans. So thanks
Good
for
stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff. But yeah, thanks very much for being here on short notice. How's everything going development wise?
Yeah, we're currently changing the prototype with the new gameplay. As you mentioned before, we have uploaded the game first version, let's say the version for the testers, for some just to give the idea of the game. We have uploaded it on the iOS and Google Play, but the final prototype will be ready in 10 days. So the guys are working hard now. I mean, yeah. So we're working on that mostly, on the
Good stuff.
game itself. Yeah.
Nice one. Looking forward to seeing the finished product or the almost finished product. Did you I know when we last spoke you mentioned about getting a trailer out. You sent me over a trailer, but there was something else that you were uploading onto the site, if I remember.
Yeah, we will have we have released the trailer yesterday. We're uploading. We will upload also on the site the animation of the Viking with the boat that will be following the. Let's say when you will be scrolling down, he will be following your journey on our website. So I think it will look nice because we want to have the, let's say, the all the elements that we believe that would attract our, let's say, attention, and what would be like what we would like to see. We are trying to create these features for the project lovers, to have some different stuff also on the website, because it's like NFT game. It's interesting stuff inside, and we also want to follow the trends from the design point of view. So we're trying to make this website nice. Yeah.
Yeah, the website does look extremely good. I took a look in the mobile version as well as the desktop. Looks very, very good. But yeah, I know that sort of I'm much more familiar with you guys, but do you want to give us a bit of background on yourselves? Because I know that you and the team have a extensive background sort of in game development.
Yeah, we're a game development company called Sambrella that was founded 2 years and a half ago. We have created more than 20 games, around 22 games exactly. So most of them are on our App Store and the Google Play. Some of them we have created for the third parties, let's say. We have been working on the hyper casual games, hybrid games, skill-based games with some famous publishers like Voodoo, Skills, Ego Games, and Azure Games. Around 9 months ago, we had also the opportunity to work on the NFT game called Drago Dice. So we have supplied them with the game development. I mean, we have worked on the mechanics of the on the game, and since then we have been working on the Arena Master. Let's say we had the first idea of this game, and we wanted to introduce our own game in this space. So yeah, this we have, let's say, 2 years and a half experience in the field of game development.
So a lot more than a lot of other people come in with, especially after last year. Seemed that suddenly everyone was coming out with a game, whether they had experience or not. So it's definitely reassuring. And I know when we first spoke, to know that you did sort of have a background in that sort of development, alongside some of your gaming partners that you mentioned. Is it worth touching base on some of the other partners and projects, and maybe some of your incredible advisory team as well?
Yeah, yeah, that's correct. Correct. So I mean, even though we had like some game development experience, also some experience from the crypto world, because members of our team, we had like we have been working on different crypto projects as well, but we wanted to, cover all the important fields and aspects of the project with the help of advisors and the partners. So one of the advisors is the vEmpire, as we know. Also, we have two quite successful games in the that have been released recently. One is Bot Planet, and second is the Coin Racer. And these guys are also advising us and helping us with some things related to the game. So we have, let's say, the as for the advisors, like Bot Planet, vEmpire, as I would say strategic advisors, and we have many partners that are in the field of gamify and gamify projects, and some of them that are offering the infrastructure for the gamify projects, let's say for the NFT loans or NFT lendings and stuff like that. So we have covered more or less with the partners. We have covered all these things that we are not developing by ourselves, but we will be covering through them.
Good stuff. I know I mentioned about Fight to Earn, which was at the end of your trailer that I looked at. I think it was yesterday, maybe. But as well as the Fight to Earn, is there any sort of other modes, and how is the general gameplay going to be? Is it a mixture of stuff, or what in particular?
Yeah, the gameplay itself, it's a turn-based play P2P game mode. But as for the gamers, we will have two modes. It's like play to win and play to earn modes. So we will be attracting both, let's say, people willing to have the passive income, and those that are like that want to prove their skills against other players. So and the good thing is that we will be we will be trying to attract the also traditional gamers, giving them the opportunity to test the game for free in the beginning, and then switch to the let's say, to buy the NFT and tokens in order to start the game. So we will have mostly, let's say, the basic. In my opinion, it's really interesting that we'll have also the fight to play to win mode, because this it's like really engaging gameplay, and I'm sure that many players will want to prove their skills against others opponents.
Yeah, I mean, I've always said that there's going to be a switch when finally whether the game is mobile or whether it's a equivalent of a PS game or Xbox, that once a game comes out where it truly does get the same sort of mainstream adoption as something like Clash of Clans, Boom Beach, Candy Crush, then it's just a matter of time until that completely changes the industry on its head, because once people realize and you get mainstream adoption that you can actually play the exact games you've always wanted to, but actually earn money for doing it, then it will just be a huge cascade of adoption. And I think that gaming and metaverse will be what does that at the end of the day, because, you know, if you can not just make a game that's fun to play in terms of its actual gameplay, but also have that capability, I think that is what will really bring the adoption to the industry, which is so much needed, because God, it can crypto be complicated, like DeFi in particular, and all of these other elements. But play to earn is a concept that can sort of bridge that gap. That's what I'm really excited for. So if you can, you know, nail that, and with your previous experience in games, not just blockchain, then yeah, I think that the sky is a limit on the person who does, person or persons who are able to actually get that right. But yeah, do you want to touch on where you're at currently, future plans, sort of roadmap?
Yeah, currently, so we have been we did the homework. Let's say, first of all, we did the raise. I mean, for the seed round, we have completed the seed round, and at the same time, we had the chance to release the trailer, to have the prototype of the game ready, to prepare some other stuff for the as an NFT collection as well, because we will need the characters will be basically all NFT. We will have all NFT characters in the game, so we're constantly working on the characters and on the collection. So currently we are on the private round. After that, we will have the public sale on the multiple launch pads. And we think that we believe that in May we will be able to get listed on the Pancake Swap, and then to have the centralized exchange listing. In summer, in June, July, we will have also the first NFT sale as for the private round, and then we'll have also the public sale. That will be we will have with the kind of mystery box with the characters and the passes inside, tickets that we for tournaments that we will have in the game. And these are the, let's say, these are the plans for the next 3 months. And at the same time, by the end of the May, we will have also the game ready to play with the, let's say, with characters inside, from 5 to 10 characters inside, and we will be adding each month new 5 characters. But this is the, let's say, the basis of the character, because in our game, though all the characters differ from the assets that they have, so it means that we call it like basic character that can be transformed into hundreds of the version for the characters. So these are the plans, like to release the game, like final version, that will be around the end of May, and then to have all these sales for the NFT characters done by the end of the June.
Perfect. So you're going to have the full functionality around or at TGE, at your token launch, or do you think, how many weeks do you think it will be between token launch and the fully functioning game playable by everyone?
Before listing, we will have the playable version for the community. They will be testing, and they will get prepared for the launch. And as soon as we get listed, like in the following days or week, the game will be released, because it will happen in May as well.
Amazing. One thing that I always find very annoying is, well, actually, I say this as if vEmpire didn't do it, but we launched and then released our staking platform, I think within the first month. But yeah, there's a lot of games. I think even like Decentraland launched their token in 2017 and then didn't actually get the product out until 2020. So it's good to try and keep as little as a gap as possible, especially as you guys have already got the demo in place. So that puts you extremely far ahead of any competition. And you guys are on BSC chain, aren't you?
Yeah, we will be using the Binance Smart Chain for our project. Yeah, we believe that this is a good decision for us, especially for the mass adoption of the project, because we are exposed to the to the gamers, to the people that are looking into the GameFi projects, and we believe that the Binance Smart Chain is a good decision for us. So in the beginning, we will be on the Binance Smart Chain, and we have the plan to bridge also to the Ethereum in the next month during the year, let's say. But in the beginning, we will be.
Yeah, hopefully, hopefully we're not waiting too much longer for the merge or 2.0 or whatever the new terminology is. I think you touched on it briefly that you've already closed your seed round, but as well as sort of where you're at, not necessarily fundraising, but sort of the time frame and the countdown that you reckon to IDO. And have you got an idea of which launch pads you want to or are 100% going to use when you're ready to list?
Yeah, we have the timeline like for our private raise. We have around 2 weeks that we believe that we'll be able to raise the funds in this period. We have, of course, some companies that have contributed in the private round for the moment, and it will be followed by as I mentioned, the multiple launch pads. Currently, we have 4 launch pads from the, let's say, tier 1. It's like tier 1, tier 2. It's like Bean Starter and DAO Starter, and other 2 launch pads. So we will be adding maximum 1 more, so to split the sum in 5 launch pads on 5 launch pads, because we believe that it's the good number. We don't want to have like too many. And from this point of view, I mean, we are 90% already, let's say, covered. Maybe we will onboard 1 more launch pad, and that's all. Yeah.
Fair enough. Cool. I wouldn't be able to keep track. At least there's a lot of you in the team. I think I'd struggled enough trying to have just the one. So much work, so much going on. But speaking about sort of your team and making sure there was a lot of people managing everything, what sort of is the background of individual team members? What is the team like? You know, what makes a good, game fee team? What are some of the strengths?
Yeah, that's a good question, because in the beginning when we start the project, anyway, we did not think that we should have needed so many people in the team, because it's not so easy to have a good project without without all the coverages. Like, you need first of all, we have our core team that is coming from the game development company, so we have all the technology coming out in house. This We have also international team. For instance, for the community growth and community management, we have people from Slovenia, from Spain, and from Poland as well. And these guys are really good on. I mean, they know how to work with the community. We're building the, let's say, solid project lover community, trying to stick with them, to understand what are their feedback. And we are, let's say, we're growing not very fast, but in a, let's say, in a quality wise. This is the one part that is really important, that to have really good community managers, and covering like also the different languages for the community. This is one thing. Secondly, I think that it's really important in the space in this type of companies to have a good communication team where you can transfer the, let's say, messages to the wider audience. So we have guys working from Georgia and also from the Poland helping us with the communication. We have the CTO that could not join the call because he has some health problem. But to get this guy that is working with us, he's like, let's say, coming from the game development background, and plus he has a very good experience in the software development and blockchain development as well. He did some projects, so this is also very good to to evaluate all the partnerships or all the tools or opportunities. You need to have a good understanding of the technology internally. So we have this covered, and we have good operational team. Maria is the that is leading this team. So I think like in total we are around 17. Around today we are 17 people working for this project. So I mean, yeah, I mean we're covering all the things like internally. Internally, I mean that we're not outsourcing the services. Maybe sometimes if we need something, extraordinary, like so maybe copywriting or something for some publication, maybe we will apply for the help of a professional. But all the other stuff we're covering by ourselves.
Definitely helps save costs trying to do everything internal as you can. But yeah, 17 is a huge team to have pre-TGE, so it definitely gives you a leg up. And trust me, if you think community managers are important now, just wait until your token launches and you got every man and his dog asking you when. Or every bear market and every drop in price, why dump? Gotta love it. I always like to give everybody a huge dose of pessimism before their token launches, just to make sure that they're fully prepared. Because yeah, it's easy to get frustrated when you do have everything. But yeah, I mean the proof always shines through. There's a lot of noise in the crypto market. There's a lot of very good marketing with very little product. So if you can do both, then that's how you really get the winners, when you actually have something to show for the work and for the development, and you can actually sort of put that product, because your product is what speaks the most and gives the most sort of volume to what you have working behind the scenes. But one thing I always like to find out is if anything, sort of any bumps in the road, anything that you encountered that you would do differently, or any troubles that came up whilst creating the game.
Yeah, I mean, I cannot say that these were troubles, but in the process of the, let's say, of the project development, following the consultations, for instance, with Engine, we had also, we are partnering with Engine, with Platinum Fund as well, that are working on the games. We have updated, let's say, we have changed something in the gameplay, making the game more engaging, because our idea, I mean, the first idea was to have like more strategy game. Now it's more, let's say, more engaging, because we have included in the game also the puzzle mechanics. So yeah, some things we have changed, and it's good to have, like, let's say, the experienced and valuable projects as your partners, because then it's always let's say, process that you have to think to discuss with the many experts in the field to come up with the final version, because the game is like, really, there are many games in general on the market. So we're trying to introduce something that will be really playable and where the people will enjoy and have like spend like good time and get also like many features inside. For instance, for that reason also we have we are integrating the random number generator from the child link that will help us also with the project. So what I'm trying to say is that, of course, in this process, in the project development, we have been faced with some not problems, but with some let's say some advices that we considered and we have implemented. That of course it took some time, but at the end, the story is like, let's say that it played a positive role on our project to have the product and project as it is today.
100%. I think a lot of crypto is very much still theory, and yeah, even to this day, I'm still getting stuff wrong. And it's just all part of the learning process. It's just about not having the major mess up. It's all right to have lots of little ones. It's healthy. There's always something that doesn't go to plan, whether it's development taking longer, more expensive, more costs. There's always something that comes out of the blue. Even in the market, the conditions, for example, you can make all of the plans you want. You could schedule a launch for one day and then, the market just doesn't agree with you. And there's an unexpected event and then you've got to push it back. So a lot of it is down to making sure that timing is best. But yeah, a lot of things out of your control. It takes you can't be too much of a control freak in this game. But in sort of talk of the wider market, how do you see sort of the future of crypto gaming, metaverse? Where do you think the industry is going, and where will Arena Masters fit into that?
Yeah, it's a, let's say, global question. So yeah, I'll try to give my idea anyway. The old, like what you were saying now, what you mentioned. I mean, I would like to also comment that of course there are like you can make like some mistakes. You have to you change some stuff. But I think it's important when you develop the project that you and all the team believes that you are doing something really honest and really good, and that you really think that this product or this project should work not for only for you, but first of all for the customer. I mean, for the project lovers and for the gamers and for the people that invested there or that would like to that they just are following the project. So first is that I think like when you start developing the project, in the process you are more and more attached to the community, to the investors and stuff like that. So in our case, it's like really important to have the product and the project like developed in conservative and transparent way. This is important thing. So, and when we talk globally about the gamify projects in the, let's say, in this decade, let's say in 2022, on the market, those projects that were launching or were planning to launch, of course, it was not a good time for them. So in general, let's say, because of the market conditions, it's not like a hot topic to invest in the gamify projects from the VCs for the moment or for the big companies. But these projects that have a real product. I mean, before people were looking to invest in any kind of project, right? By the end of 2021, because there were too many projects, too many hype projects. And now I think because of some small correction of the market. Many let's say low quality projects, they have disappeared also from the market, and maybe it's good because VCs and investors start doing like dedicating more time for the due diligence of the projects and stuff like that. So for me, it's also as a part of this, let's say, developments in the field. I feel like that it's good point for us also, for the people working in the gamify area, to have less, let's say, less fraud projects around, or some companies that are just getting some funding from because it's a bull market. So I think anyway, the idea of having NFTs in the games, I mean, having the let's say value in the game through your NFT, this is also of course the future, because before we knew that gamers, they were investing in the, let's say, centralized games from iOS or Google Play, and they never had the value in the games. Like, so as for the NFTs and gamify and metaverse for the future, of course it will be growing. This is just beginning. I mean, let's say rehearsal before the something that will happen like massively. I think that as it's now getting more and more adoption is getting more and more, even in the, let's say, in Europe, not only in US, for instance. I think that there will be a massive flow from the traditional gamers to the Web3 gamers, and they will become Web3 gamers, and they need to, to have the also to have the opportunity we should create some, let's say, tools or games through to integrate them, let's say, to give them the tools to explain them how to, how to use the products that they were used to have now as a, let's say, on Web3, right? So that's one of our goal is to attract and transform the Web2 players to Web3 players, giving them some, some explanation, giving them some free-to-play mode as well, to give them the opportunity to stick with the game and to understand how it works, like how you should buy the NFT, how you can trade them and stuff like that. And it will be like more or less, we don't call this game like play to learn, but more or less it's like we will be working with the traditional gamers and giving them as much information as we can to give them like understanding that how important it is for them to know everything now about the Web3 games.
Well, whoever is the protocol or the person to bridge the gap and convert all the Web2 gamers, it's going to be a very very big market cap for that protocol indeed. Sort of gets us to the half-hour mark. Usually at this time we open questions up to people in the comments section, and what happens is that I ask for people to ask questions. Nobody asks any for a couple of minutes, and then as soon as I start wrapping up and ending the show, somebody decides to ask a question. So it's becoming a self-fulfilling prophecy now, that I say that and then it will happen. But we've had Pilot Dailies, who's been very active in the comments. So let's see if he's got a specific question or anybody else out there. We got well said, Arena Man. That's you. I'm not sure what part that was at, to be honest. Which is good because I was giving my guest the attention. So one question, who is your favorite advisor? It's not actually a question.
Honestly, it's Dominic. Honestly, because it's not only about the advising, it's also about the cheering up, about the energy and stuff like that. So we will all the time when we talk with Dominic, we receive something positive. I mean, some positive vibes. So Dominic, thank you. It's you.
Yeah.
You are the winner.
Or I'll just wind you up. Usually, it all has its point. People are way too serious in crypto. That's the problem.
Yeah,
I usually find that either I really, really annoy people, or we get on swimmingly 90% of the time. But I think that some people just can't take the honesty. Oh, here we are. We see. I did mean questions for Arena, but I'll take this one for VEMP. So, Dom, are we integrating anything with Bored Ape Yacht Club Metaverse? Yes, we already have our ape token staking pool, which is active on the platform, app.v-empire.io. I think the yield for that when I last looked was around 80% APR paid in VEMP. It could be higher, actually. So that's already active. It's completely liquid as well, so you're not locked in. You can take your tokens in and out at any time. As soon as there is something to purchase in the BAYC Metaverse, then we will begin. Here we are. We do have one. The Arena Man was talking about, believe to add what you said about the project being hyped and working at the same time. I'm not sure that was the Arena Man still believe to add being hyped and working at the same time. I don't think that's a question. That was just more of a statement. So I think that is everything. Now that I'm wrapping up, I'm sure something will come up. But countdown 5, 4. Nah, nothing. See, there we go. All right. Well, no, thanks so much. We'll make sure to share updates from you guys onto our channels as and when there is, especially with potential token launch just around the corner and the game launch. But now I'm going off the top of my head. But for those watching, check out the website www.arenavs.com. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
There we go. See, still got it. But yeah, arenavs.com. Website looks really good. Trailer should be on there. If not, it will be, I'm sure. But yeah, we'll make sure to put the social links in the comments below. But yeah, thanks very much for joining us, Mika, and thanks very much for watching, everybody.
Thanks, guys. Thank you, Dominic.
See you later.
Bye.